Davis was a good game for us to play before conference play because they were a gritty basketball team. You can see why their 9-1 record was a good record for them. They just come off the road from beating Northern Arizona and Air Force. Hawkins is a terrific scorer. We had our hands full with him. But with all that being said, I thought the first 8 to 12, 8 to 14 minutes of this game was as good as basketball we played all year long, offensively and defensively. We were really on our A game. Unfortunately, sometimes when you get a big lead like that, teams tend to want to score more and defend less. And with a player the caliber of Hawkins, he just lit us up when we got into that mode. We made some adjustments at halftime. I thought we were really spotty in the second half defensively, even though we continued to share the ball and do some things offensively. 8 turnovers for Nye Redding. Obviously, he left part of his game at home for Christmas, so we got to go unwrap a couple presents and find that game. And then I thought 5 turnovers by Devontae. That's way too many turnovers for this team.
Ernie, another Chicago guy, I'm sure you were very aware of Hersey Hawkins. What was it like coaching against this kid?
Well, he looked every bit as good as his dad, is what it was like, because his dad was a terrific scorer, and obviously he's passed that on to his son. I just thought he's one of those special players. That's as good as we'll see in the conference. A guy that can move like that, score like that. He can play the point. He comes off the ball. He can score. He does a lot of things that cause you a lot of problems.
When you switched to that half-court trap in the second half, were you trying to kind of rededicate them to defense a little bit, give them some energy there?
Well, we were trying to slow down Hawkins is what we were trying to do a little bit and make them take some time off the clock and locate him. But obviously, again, just try to change the rhythm, change the tempo of the game on the defensive end of the floor because he was in such a great rhythm.
Is it concerning at all? You still got the W, but you said he's as good as a player as you'll see in Pac-12. That'd be tough to stop a guy like that.
I think for us, for this team, we take the W's and we move on. I think the concerning thing is that we had some letdown in the game, but I'm a guy that tends to look at the positives. This team is a much different team than what it was 12 games ago. I don't know how many teams in the conference has the growth potential that have moved like us in 12 games with the schedule that we've had. So, you know, we needed a good game. I thought we had a good half, and now the conference is here. So I'm going to take it for what it is and say, okay, we had a spurt in there, 12, 14-minute spurt. We played really good basketball at both ends of the floor. And if we can continue to have Jordan Rayleigh play with that kind of confidence, you know, and shoot the ball the way we shoot it and the way we shot it in the first half, that's a good thing for us. We're a team that in the last couple of years has not shot the ball well. So I'm looking forward to the road. Obviously, that's probably the next step for our program, to conquer the road in conference play.
How would you grade the non-conference schedule in terms of preparing you guys for what you're going to see in the Pac-12?
Everything we need to see in Pac-12 we saw in the non-conference, from big, strong, physical team in TCU that we did not handle ourselves well and handle the environment, to an athletic team that loves to run and are very skilled in UTEP and playing in front of 9,000 people. I thought we played well. To a terrific score with the guard that was from Missouri State, was the leading scorer in the country. We played well in that game. We had some adversity up at Alaska that we bounced back from. So kind of everything we needed to see, we've seen, and it's forced us to grow. Now it's a matter, again, of stepping up to another level. You've got to bring your A game when you go on the road in this conference, particularly with opening weekend in the conference. You better bring your A game because everybody's energy's up, the hype's up. Nobody wants to lose at home. Nobody wants to lose out of the gate and everything. So if we can go in there focused, we have a chance.
It looked like Q finally brought his A game. How important was it to kind of get him going heading into this 3-game road trip?
Well, it was extremely important to get him to play. He can play so much better and give us so much more, and I'm very demanding of him because I think he's got an incredible game on him that he hasn't really found yet. And when he does, it'll give us just an unbelievable weapon in him that can shoot the three, that can put it on the floor, athletic enough to dunk over people. He can defend. He had a stretch where there are 3 or 4 mistakes that cost like an 8-point swing in the game there. But yet he did some things well too. So as long as he continues to work on his overall game, he has a chance to really be good.
After he picked up his second foul, you kind of pulled Nye aside and spoke to him for a while. And then when he came back in, he hit that floater, he got a couple assists. What were you telling him, and do you think he took the coaching well?
He had 8 turnovers, so I don't know how well he was listening to me tonight. We'll have a little chit-chat later about all that, but you cannot – he slapped the guy's arm off 35 feet from the bucket right in front of the official. That's a one-on-one, man-on-man challenge that you got to let that go. you got to play a lot smarter than that in the course of the game, and that was my conversation with him, and he responded well.
Was UC Davis doing anything specific defensively that kind of caused all those turnovers by Nye and Devontae?
No, I just think, again, they were pretty aggressive, I think, when they out front on the ball, but a lot of our turnovers came in my opinion, just in our decision-making. A lot of them weren't forced turnovers. I call them unforced turnovers, and those are the worst kind. So, take the game for what it is. We just came back off a break. There's not a lot of energy in the building. You play a team that's hot and is well coached. You win a game to get you ready for the road. Now let's regroup and go back at it again.
Have you seen this team make those same unforced turnovers in closer games where they know maybe they can't make as many?
They know that, and again, I don't think we've had too many games where we've been that bad with the basketball. But again, I'm going to look at the fact that this team shot the lights out of it in the first half and did some really good things offensively. We can clean up the turnovers. But the thing you can't clean up is guys with their confidence and knocking down open shots. We're starting to figure that piece of it out. That'll make up for a lot of turnovers and a lot of mistakes defensively if you're shooting the ball. You're a different team when the ball goes in. The turnovers and the defensive letdown, they bother you when the ball's not going in. So we need to clean up some things. We know that, and we'll take care of that this week.
We have time for one more question.
On these road trips, has the team's focus and preparation been where you would want it to be?
For the most part, yes. Understand that the road, I love taking teams on the road because we have their focus in hotel rooms and walkthroughs, and we're spending a lot of time with them. What has happened to us on the road has been a little bit to do with, again, the scheduling stretched out the way it is, coming back home, playing, going on the road fatigue, got a fresh team sitting there waiting for you. We have not handled that well. So the fact that we've got through at 500, probably let a couple games get away, but we have a tremendous window of opportunity sitting there, opening up conference on the road, really, if somehow, some way, you can go out and steal a game or two.